Today, I want to talk about remember the Lord. Remember the Lord. This is a function. This is a function that we must continually do as Christians, as brothers and sisters in the faith. We must never forget God, and we always must remember the Lord. It's like this, brothers and sisters. When things are going the wrong direction in our lives, we must remember the Lord. When blessings and prosperity is all around us, we must remember the Lord. So what I want to do is I want to bring you into Jonah chapter 2. Jonah chapter 2. Now I tell you, Jonah, I love this guy. He's like one of my favorite characters in the Bible. I believe that Jonah gets a bad rap. I believe that Jonah probably reacted like many of us would. And here's why. Now, as you know, Jonah was in the northern part of Israel. He was an Israelite. He was part of the children of Israel. The chosen people, God's chosen people, right? And God called Jonah to go further north into Assyria. Okay, now let's talk about Assyria a little bit. As you remember, you already know that Assyria had captured Israel because they had disobeyed God and hadn't been following directions and were the directions of God. And so he has Assyrian, God has Assyrian come in and capture his chosen people. He makes them slaves, right? And all of a sudden, these people go into treachery. In fact, the scripture says that God says this was a great city, right? Not only was it a great city, I imagine it as like some of the wonderful cities across the world, including Johannesburg, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Paris, right? You got these great cities across the world, right? And these cities are cities in which everything is available to you. I mean, if you come in as a tourist, you can see great sights. If you're looking for bad things, you can find bad things. Nineveh took the children of Israel, and they would literally cement them in the city's walls. Nineveh would behead the children, the people that they captured, the slaves, and stick them on the fence posts, right? The top of the fence posts. Nineveh would cut the ears off the slave and wear them as ornaments. These are the people that God told Jonah to go preach to. Now, see, this is why Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh, because these are the same people that tortured his people. These people tortured his people and enslaved them. And God says, Jonah, I want you to leave here and I want you to go preach to the people that tortured your people. Now, not only did he have to go into the enemy's camp, brothers and sisters, but scripture tells us when he got on that boat, he was by himself. He didn't have a contingency with him. Even Moses, he had a relationship with Pharaoh, right? They knew Moses. Even Elijah, Elisha, the apostles, they had scribes and other disciples around them when they went and preached the gospel. But Jonah had to go to Nineveh, this great city, all by himself. Now, let me go ahead and get to the text. It says, Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. remember the Lord. When you find yourself in a really bad situation and it feels like hell, Jonah says, I found myself in hell. When you find yourself in a really bad situation, remember the Lord.